Hi guys, it's Night Fear, and I have come on to tell you what I could be reading. So this is going to be my September TBR. Now this is kind of all over the place, and I am going to get some more books from the library, hopefully today or tomorrow, which I'm not putting on this TBR. I've got a couple of readathons I want to do this month, and some of the books will be seen again in those TBRs. So basically, these are the kind of the books I want to get to, and then I may add or subtract. So anyway, but I needed to get a TBR up, and so this is what I decided to do. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you the books I have. I do have some on hold from my library, like I said, and then I have some on hold for the, the Kindle. For my Kindle app from my library. So, like I said, this is kind of all over the place. So first, I want to show you the ones that I have right now downloaded that I'm planning to hopefully get to in September. And this is off of Scribd. So I'm going to try to get to Autobiography by Christina Lauren. And this one is about... hold on. Is about a boy who is either living in Utah or moves to Utah, and he happens to be gay, and then he meets a Mormon, and it's kind of, I don't know, it sounds really good, and so that's all I kind of want to know about it, and so I'm going to try to get to that. Then Rose Blood by A.G. Howard. I have already started, as you can see. I haven't read very much, but this is a retelling of Phantom of the Opera. So it sounds pretty good. An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson. Now this one is one that Kaylin and I are listening to together on the audiobook on Scribd. And it's really good so far, and it's hilarious. Kaylin and I have actually both cracked up laughing listening to this. It's a great Audible book, so I definitely recommend it. And see, we're about halfway. Then I am listening to the Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding, A Fiendish Arrangement. And this is by Alexandra Bracken. And I'm also listening to this on audiobook, and it's another really good, really great audiobook. This one is about a human painter, and she's, I think, 17, and she does beautiful portraits, and so all the fairies, want to have her do their portrait. And she ends up doing the prince's portrait, and she makes him to real life, and it's just kind of what happens, because they're not supposed to look, not real life, real emotion, and they're not really supposed to have emotion, and so it's kind of about what happens after she does that. It's really good so far, like I said. And this one is about a kid who actually has a fiend inside him. I think of it more like a demon, because he's kind of has this demon in him, but they call it a fiend. And it's all about why he has this fiend in him, and what his family's trying to do to him, and, well, most of his family, and then how some of his family's trying to help him. So it's really good. And like I said, this is a really good audiobook, because he does the different voice of kind of the narrator, and then the of Prosper, and then of the demon or the fiend, sorry. And the fiend is just the voice he uses is just, it's hilarious. I don't know, it's good. I really like it. And then I started Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi, and I actually like it so far. As you see, I haven't gotten very far. I read 50 pages, but I'm liking it so far. And of course, what do I need to do? I need to start one more series, but I like it. And I was surprised, because I actually started Furthermore by her and did not like it, so I was afraid. Hi, Christopher. I was afraid I was not going to like it. So but that's the books that I'm going to read on Scribd. And if you give me 1 second, ouch, Christopher, I'll show you what I'm going to be reading on my Kindle, or what I've already read. Okay, so American Vampire, Volume 2, I've already finished this month. It was okay, but it's a continuation of Volume 1. It's basically about a different breed of vampires in America. Hare Moon, which I've already finished, is kind of a novella, and it's from the Forest of Hand and Teeth, and it tells about one of the sisters from there. So it's kind of good. You get a feel of why she is the way she is in the Forest of Hands and Teeth. I am 40% through with King's Cage by, Hare Moon is by Carrie Ryan, and American Vampire is by Scott Snyder and drawn by Raphael Albuquerque. And King's Cage is the third book by Victoria Aveyard in the Red Queen series. Now, I like the first two. This one is kind of dragging a little. I still like it. I have the fourth one on hold for my library, so I'm going to get that eventually. The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. This is going to be one for October, but it had a long hold. So, but I'm going to read this the 1st of October, so this doesn't count, but I still have it, and I'm excited about that one. Small Great Things by Jodi Picoult. I'm going to be reading that one for, I think, Contemporary Thon. And then this one, this is for an October read-along. I think she's going to be doing it in October. And some of these I've just got. I'm going to be reading them, but some of these I get free from being on Prime and having Kindle Unlimited. I get a free ebook every month. And so that's one, and I'm not going to read this yet. That's one I have from Kindle Unlimited. That's Richard Denny. He's actually a YouTuber. He's really cool. That Kaylin and I want to read, but I'm not going to read that yet. Probably this one is probably going to be October, I think. Stalking Jack the Ripper, I'm reading this month. It's Paul Reed's. He's doing a readathon, and it's from now until October 11th. And October 11th, he's doing the live show. And so that's Stalking Jack the Ripper, so I'm going to try to read that. I did not get to read Sword of Destiny by Andrzej Sapkowski because the library book, it didn't come in until after after it was over. So I'm going to try to get that done because I really want to continue with The Witcher. Sorry about that. With The Witcher books because I was really enjoying them. And why are you not? It's not. Okay. Anyway, so that's Sword of Destiny. So that's pretty much, and I've got a lot of other books, but those are the only ones that I'm going to be reading soon. So let me go ahead and turn this off. Okay, so now for the books and the library books. Okay, I'm not going to read Nora Roberts' Dark Witch. I tried. I couldn't get into it. It's nothing wrong with the book. It's just I'm not in the mood, so I'm going to go ahead and return this back to the library so I can get some other books, and I'll read this at a later date. So that one's going back to the library. This one I'm already done with, Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. This is the second one in the Red Queen series. Very good. I really enjoyed this book. And yeah, and I'll probably be doing a wrap-up because I am going to take this back to the library too. So I'll probably be doing a wrap-up hopefully today, since should be taking it back today. We'll see how things go. Or I might just do a wrap-up later without the book. And then Mouse, I didn't get to read last month, by Art Spiegelman. I'm almost done, as you can see. I'm almost done with it. It's a true story. It is and this is Survivor's Tale. It is about his father's journey, I guess I want to say, in World War II, and how he avoids the concentration camp for a little while, and then, what finally happens when they go to the concentration camp, and all of that. And it is told in, it's a graphic novel. So it is, and it's black and white, but it's really good. And I'm really enjoying this. So there's more books. So I'm definitely going to try to see. I know my library has Mouse too. I don't know what other ones they have, but I definitely want to read some more of this. So, because I do like World War II books. So I got to finish that, and I'm probably going to take that back to the library. Then I have Now I Rise, which is the second by Kirsten White, and it is the second book in the And I Darken. Actually, I don't think that's the series name. I don't know what the series name is. I'll get that for you later, but it's the second one after And I Darken. So, and I really liked the first one, even though it was kind of, you could tell it was more world building, and it was kind of building up to what this one's going to be. So I'm hoping that this one goes really into some more stuff. So I'm excited. The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Yes, this has been on a few TBRs, and I think why I've kind of pushed this off is because I am afraid of how angry and upset this book is going to make me. But I think I have this on my Contemporary-a-thon TBR, so I'm going to make myself read this. So, because, you know, I'm probably the only person in the world that hasn't read it. I'm trying to get, you know, some series finished. This is not finishing it, but this is Ranger's Apprentice. This is the 4th book, and this is The Battle for Scandia by John Flanagan, and I actually own the 5th book, but I'm not showing that to you guys because I don't think I'm going to definitely have time for the 5th book this month, but I am trying to continue with the series, and it's, like I said, it's the 4th book, so I'm not going to tell you too much, but basically it is about a boy named Will who is an orphan, and he gets apprenticed by a ranger, and the rangers are kind of, they're like the King's secret force, and they do a lot, and it's really good. It's a really good book, and it's actually middle grade, but it doesn't read at all like middle grade. And then I'm going to finish. I've read Eve already. I own Once, and these are by Anna Carey. So I own Once, so I'm going to read this one, and then I checked Rise back out from the library. I didn't have enough time the last time I checked Rise out to read them, so I'm going to make time and try to finish this series. Like I said, trying to finish series. And then I have a bunch of books. I have Through the Dark, which is actually 3 novellas. It is... Hold on a second. It is In Time, Sparks Rise, and Beyond the Night. And so she suggests that you read The Darkest Minds, which I've already read, okay? Then In Time, which is in this book. And then Never Fade, which I have from the library. So I'll read the first one in this book, and then read Never Fade. And then read Sparks Rise, which is in this book. So I'll come back to this book and read Sparks Rise. Read In the Afterlight, which, if you saw my Ollie's book haul, this is my book. I just bought this. So I'll read this. Then I'll come back to this book and read Beyond the Night. So, you know, there we go. So that's what I'm going to do. So I have all these to read. Plus, I went ahead and got The Darkest Legacy, which is after all of these happen. I think it's 5 years. Yeah, 5 years after all these happen. So, but anyway, this is by Alexandra Bracken, and all these are Darkest Mind books. And I read the first one and really enjoyed it, and so I wanted to continue. And so if I can get all these finished, I'll have finished the Darkest Minds, whatever you call this, series. There we go. So I'm really excited for that. And that is my mess and disaster. I have a bunch of books I'm going to be participating in the Contemporary-a-thon, Fall Into Reading, and oh fudge, is it Books in the Freezer, I think is what it's called. I'm going to be participating in those 3 readathons, September or beginning of October. So I do have some books that I'm getting from the library. I'm also getting some more of the Shatter Me series so that I can have them, because I like to read one right after the other, because it kind of is easier for me that way. So, but anyway, guys, this is what I'm hoping to read in September. Good luck to me. I was going to take it easy on myself after last month, But yeah, you see, I just can't. So anyway, if you've read any of these books or are interested in reading any of these books, let me know. And please remember to be kind to each other. And I will see you next time. Bye.